ये क्या बे सिराज? ए सिराज, कमिट कर, प्रथमेश कमिट कर.
Good afternoon, everyone.
अरे हेडफोन घ्यावं लागते आता.
Good afternoon. Are you getting my voice? Yes. Okay. Fine. Okay. Good afternoon and happy Ashadi Ekadashi. Well, today we are going to discuss the latter part of the CNC machines that we have already discussed in previous lectures. So let me share the screen with you first. Okay. Okay, are you able to see the screen? Just you can send me a message. Yes, okay, no problem. So let us start. So in previous lectures, we have discussed about NC machine, CNC machine and DNC system. Two types of DNC were there: direct numerical control and distributed numerical control, if you remember. Then we have just thought of taking applications of CNC machines. So we will just keep it as it is, because the applications will be very important to discuss. Before that, some important part we have to discuss that was remaining. It is the mechanical components observed or seen in a CNC machine. So in that, the first part, which is called as a guideway. Okay, so basically we are going to discuss linear motion guideways. I will show you how it looks like. See, this is the structure of a linear motion guideway. The guideway is very important in a CNC machine, very important mechanical component in a CNC machine. You might have observed on the say, lathe machine, traditional lathe machine, you might have observed this kind of guideways available for transforming or making motion of tool or the workpiece on the machine to and fro from headstock to the tailstock. This kind of railing system is available, and on that we have the tool post mounted over here. Sometimes different types of tools can be mounted on this tool post. If a traditional simple lathe machine is there, single tool can be mounted, or basically we have we can mount four type of tools on this particular tool post. So this linear motion guideway has this type of structure, and what does it has in the structure? If you go in detail, we can see that this is a slide. This part, which is a longer or elongated one, which is called as rail. Then there is a grease fitting. Then there is a side seal or end seal and end cap on and ball slide. This is a slide. These are small bearing balls, type of balls, and actually depending upon this, on this, the particular slides takes place. Okay, So let us discuss in detail what is mean by a guide wave and why it is important mechanical component in a CNC machine. Its main function of this guideway is to make sure that the cutting tool or machine tool operative element moves along predetermined path. Now, as you know, in CNC machine, what we are doing a program such that the path of tool is predetermined, right? So when the path is predetermined, we must ensure that this path must be followed by the mechanical components holding the tool, okay, cutting tool. So in that our objective, this linear motion guideways helps us. What they do, they guide or they make sure that the cutting tool is moving along the predetermined path, okay. Then this linear motion guide provides smooth and linear motion. Smooth motion as well as the name implies, it is linear type of motion. Basically, it is a smooth one. It is most important part, or the word smooth is very important because we want very high accuracy and precision in CNC machine. Obviously, CNC machines have been evolved for accuracy and precision only, as we have discussed in previous lectures, right? So for that purpose, we must have a smooth motion of cutting tool so that we can get higher accuracy and precision. Then linear motion guideways, also known as linear motion bearings, have mechanism to bear the load and to guide their linear motion simultaneously. So two things you should bear in mind, that the motion is linear, at the same time the load has been bear by this system LM guideways or linear motion guideways. It's two basic function this performs simultaneously. One is bearing the load coming on the tool. Now, if you know, if you are using a traditional lathe machine, there is always a load coming on the tool. If you understand the system or the concept clearly, if your basics are clear, so always there will be a load coming on the cutting tool because there will be a friction generated while cutting. Suppose a turning operation is there, you are using a tool and you are trying to cut the surface area of that particular part. So basically what is happening, the load is coming on the tool also. So to bear that load, LM guideways help. Also they guides the linear motion at the same times, that is simultaneously. This is introductory part of the linear motion guideways. Now we have seen the structure of linear motion guideways. These are the basic components. Rail is there, slide is there, bearing balls are there, and these are just constructional parts, basic parts. You can just draw this if sometimes it is asked to draw a linear motion guideway, then instead of drawing this three-dimensional view, just you can go for two-dimensional view. And important parts are rail, ball slides, and balls. Okay, so these three parts must be there. These are optional. You can show them, or if it is not possible to you, it's okay. Okay. Now, how this particular system or the guideway works? If you can read this particular slide, you will get to know how this particular system works. The linear guides consist of mechanism in which steel balls are circulated infinitely to enable an infinite stroke of ball slides theoretically. Balls roll along the ball groove formed on a rail and a ball slide, and there they are scooped at the point A by the tip of an end cap. There they are forced to change their circulating direction by a return guide of the end cap and guided to a circulating hole provided inside of the ball slide. The balls continue to pass through the hole to the other end of the ball slide, and further it goes through the circulation circuit to the tip of the end cap of the other side of the other side. Then return to the ball grooves of rail and ball slide. Thus, the balls repeat their endless circulation motion. So basically, what they are saying, these balls have infinite motion. They are infinitely or continuously, you can say, they are continuously moving according to the requirement or predetermined path. Okay, just keep this in mind. Not that very complicated process. Now, we need to see that there are two types of guideways. One is called as rolling type of guideway, and another is called as sliding type of guideway. Now, what we have seen in earlier diagram, it was a sliding guideway, right? And another type is there which is called as rolling guideway. Now, these are the different functions or different criterias. According to that, they are just classified or compared. Okay, we can compare this sliding guideway and rolling guideway according to friction, according to positioning accuracy, according to life, according to static rigidity, according to speed, according to maintenance and reliability. Okay. Now, I will not read these particular things because it is not, we don't have that much time. So basically, I will tell the basic difference between this, and I will share this particular slide with you so that you will get to know and you can just read it. Okay. So rolling guides are there and sliding guides are there. Then we will move to the next part of the slides or chapter, that is second component. They are called as feed drives. Now the first component what we have discussed, guideways. So two types of guideways, linear and rolling guideways. Now we must discuss about feed drives. Now, what is a feed drive? The driving system is an important component of CNC machines as their accuracy and repeatability depends very much on the characteristics and performance of the driving system. Driving system, why it is important? Because accuracy and repeatability. Two terms, accuracy of the component or part manufactured and repeatability of the process. These two things you must understand from this sentence, accuracy and repeatability. Okay, these are most important. So driving system has importance due to these two things. The driving system is classified as spindle drives and feed drives. You might have seen different types of spindles used on a lathe machine or a milling machine or a drilling machine. Different types of spindles are there, right? So in CNC also we have different types of spindles. Uh, Sometimes we use spindle as a driving mechanism having spindle, or sometimes we use feed drives. Okay, we will discuss in detail what are the different types of feed drives and how they work. Just keep this in mind, spindle drives are there and feed drives are there, two types. The spindle drives are used to provide angular motion to the workpiece or a cutting tool. So spindle drives, what is its function? It provides the angular motion to what? Either to the workpiece or to the cutting tool. Not for both simultaneously. It, it is providing to the workpiece or cutting tool. So spindle drive is used for giving angular motion. Feed drive is used to drive the slide or table. As we have seen earlier in this particular lecture, sliding was there and rolling was there. Two types of guideways. So slide or table wherever it is, the feed drives are used to drive. Okay. The feed drive consists of an electric motor and mechanical transmission elements. Okay. आता याच्यामध्ये इलेक्ट्रिक टाइप ऑफ मोटर्स आणि मेकॅनिकल ट्रान्समिशन एलिमेंट्स, it could be a gear type or it could be a pneumatic hydraulic type. The transmission elements याच्यामध्ये यूज केले जातात. So this is just introductory part of feed drive. Let us see the feed drive working principle. This is a basic structure of feed drive. What are the different components you are seeing on the screen? This is motor from where feed is given. Then this is a ball screw. Okay, ball screw, if you know ball screw, it is a type of having some threads on it, threads like structures on it, and in that you have small ball bearings. Okay, so this is ball screw, we call it as. Then this is a work table. This is actually a work table, and this particular part is connected to this ball screw type of structure. And this is the support over here, and this work table moves in this particular direction when this part rotates clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay, if it rotates clockwise, this table will move either in right direction or left direction depending upon the threads on it. Okay, and if it rotates in anti-clockwise, it also changes the motion from forward to backward or backward to forward. It depends upon the threads. Okay, so this is basic structure of feed drive. Now there are some requirements of this is ENC feed drive, so I must admit this. I think it should be CNC feed drive, typing mistake. Sorry for that. What are the basic requirements of a CNC feed drive? How do we select a feed drive? Okay, it should have high torque to weight ratio. It should have low armature or rotor inertia. It should have low electrical and mechanical time constants. It may or may not have permanent magnet construction. It may get maximum speed up to 3000 RPM. High peak torque for quick response. The required constant torque for overcoming frictional and working force must be provided. Now these terms are related to the electric motor that we are using. Okay, we are using an electric motor. So depending upon that, we are using these terms. Okay, torque to weight ratio. What is its torque? What is it? Its weight of the motor, and what amount of torque it is generating. Or you can call it as torque generated and the weight which can be used, lifted by the particular motor if you apply to lift a weight. So this torque to weight ratio is calculated. Low armature or rotor inertia. Inertia means resistance to the movement occurred during rotation. So it should be low. Time constants should be low of electrical and mechanical types. It may or may not have magnetic construction, permanent magnet construction, but usually it is preferred to have permanent magnet construction. Then speed availability is almost up to 3000 RPM, and high peak torque for quick response. It must have a quick response system, because in CNC machine we are using different types of constructional details, features, because we want better accuracy and precision. So to have a very accurate type of component or part manufactured, we must have a system which is giving a quick response. So there is a need of quick response system. Okay, so these are some of the requirements of a feed drive that we have discussed. Now let us discuss in detail what are the different types of feed drives used as a in case of motors. Okay, so electric motor is an electric machine that converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. There are two types of electrical motors. Again, one mistake is there, sorry for that. Two types of electric motors are commonly used. That is, one is called as servo motor and second one is called as stepper motor. In servo motor, we have DC servo motor and AC servo motor. DC is direct current and alternating current. And second one is a stepper motor. So basically, servo motors are used. They are rotating continuously. Basic difference between servo motor and stepper motor is that the rotation of the motor is continuous, whereas in stepper motor we can obtain a stepped revolution, like angular division can be done. Like we want a 90-degree revolution only, then we are able to get that in stepper motor. You might have seen these type of motors used in robots or robotic arms. Okay, in robotic arms, say suppose in robots you might have seen that the robot can move its arm in particular direction in particular angle only. Beyond that it does not move. So in that case we use this type of stepper motors. Okay. Mm, these are okay. Some problem is there. I think the slide has not converted. Okay, servo motor. Now this is the constructional details of servo motor. This is the most common type of feed motor used in CNC machine. Principle of operation is based on the rotation of an armature winding in a permanently energized magnetic field. Now see how does this work. This is one magnet. This is another magnet. Okay, so why we need two magnets here? Then this is brushed type servo motor. Brushed type means it is touching to this part. Okay, and commutators are there. Okay, now when we complete this circuit, what happens? The coil is there and the coil gets energized, and due to this the electromagnetism is developed in this particular area, and that's why this magnet repels these coils to each other. So what happens? We get a rotational motion. Okay, so rotational motion is observed when we complete this particular circuit. This is a simple DC servo motor. Then there is AC servo motor. In that, alternating current is used. It is not recommended to go in detail because they will not ask in the exam about write and detail about AC servo, AC and DC. We just want to know what is a DC servo motor and what is a AC servo motor. AC servo motor also has the same construction, but some brushless type and other parameters are there used. Okay. Now, most important type of motor is stepper motor. This must be known to you. A stepper motor is a device that converts the electrical process into discrete mechanical rotational motions of the motor shaft. So basically, it is a motor. What does it do? Instead of revolving its full rotation of the shaft, what does it do? It uses pulses, electric type of pulses, and by using that pulses it provides a motion which is angular motion, or we can have a stepped type of motion. So stepwise it is moving. Okay, and this is the simplest device that can be applied to CNC machine, since it can convert digital data into actual mechanical displacement. It is basically normally it is used in CNC machines, robotic arms, like that. Okay, so stepper motors are there. Now we must go to the next point that are called as spindles. If you know spindles, Spindles are used in traditional machine, NC machines, CNC. Everywhere we must use spindle because as a manufacturer or a machine must have spindle to provide facilities like what they let us see what they are saying about spindle. It clamps the workpiece or cutting tool. So either we can use spindle to hold the workpiece, or sometimes it is used to hold the cutting tool also, in such a way that the workpiece or cutting tool is reliably held in position during the machining operation. So two things you must remember about spindle: it clamps workpiece or cutting tool. It clamps working piece or cutting tool, and it holds it in position. It holds this cutting tool or workpiece in position reliably. Reliably is very important. Reliability is very important because if it does not hold this reliably, what will happen? Errors will be generated, and due to that, our product gets disqualified or rejected. Okay, all this happens during the machining operation. Am I audible to all of you? My voice is clear. Can anyone tell me? Just send me a message. Okay, fine, no issue. Now it imparts rotary motion or rotary or translatory motion to the cutting tool or workpiece. It imparts rotary motion or rotary or translatory motion to the cutting tool or workpiece. Now what happens when we hold cutting tool or workpiece in the machine spindle itself? What does it do? The spindle gets rotated, and due to what? It also rotates the cutting tool or workpiece. So we can say that rotary motion or rotary or translatory motion is observed on the spindles. It is used for centering the cutting tools in drilling machine, milling machine, etc., while it centers the workpiece in lathe, turret, boring, etc. Now we are talking about the simple, normal, generally used spindles. Okay, so it is used for centering purpose. कटिंग टूलच्या सेंटरिंग पर्पज साठी यूज केले जातात कुठल्या मशीन मध्ये ड्रिलिंग आणि मिलिंग मशीन मध्ये while it is used to center the workpiece in lathe, turrets and boring, etc. Okay, so these are the basic things you must know about the spindles. So this is a basic spindle diagram used in a CNC machine. These are different components used. Okay. See, cutting tool has been mounted over here. Then this is a guide bushing. This is a guard. This is nose bearing. Then this is collet, and this is spindle bearing. Purposefully, you can consider this as a spindle, collet, and some arrangement for holding the cutting tool, and this will be the cutting tool. This is the basic assembly diagram of a spindle. Okay. Now again, there are some requirements of spindle. We'll just shortly read that. The spindle should rotate with high degree of accuracy, obviously, because the accuracy of rotation is calculated by axial and radial runout of the spindle nose. It must rotate with high degree of accuracy. This is the requirement. The spindle unit must have high dynamic stiffness and damping. The spindle unit must have high dynamic stiffness and damping. The wear resistance of mating surface should be as high as possible. Maximum wear resistance should be there. Deformation of the spindle due to heat transmitted to it by workpiece, cutting tool, bearing, etc. should be as low as possible. Otherwise, it will affect the accuracy of the machining accuracy. So, heat resistance. It should be heat resistant. What they are saying, it should not accept heat. It should reject the heat as maximum as possible, because otherwise what will happen, it will affect the accuracy of the machining. Okay, so these are the requirements of the spindles. Then there are feedback elements are the available. Feedback elements are also mechanical components, important mechanical components used in a CNC machine. So what are those feedback elements? They are rotary or linear feedback elements. See, this is a rotary feedback element. We will discuss in detail. Just know this. Absolute or incremental feedback elements, LED elements, phototransistor or photodiode, or also called as optical feedback elements. Okay. Now what happens? See this diagram. This is a type of plate. Okay. On that some groovings are made. Okay. Then from actually they are rotated. Okay. Now from left side you can see that light is emitted on that, and they are passing through these particular grooves. Okay. And light detectors are placed at the other side. So whenever this light passes through the groove, light detectors takes the light and detects the light, and send the feedback to the system or unit, MCU or machine control unit. So this is how we get the feedback from the this particular type of system. Okay, so this is called as rotary or linear rotary type of linear type of feedback element. Okay. Then there are absolute or incremental feedback element. They are also called as encoders. Okay. So this is some sort of electronic things are coming over here. Bit 0, bit 1, bit 2, bit 3. So what does this say? Absolute encoder. Sensor detects exact position of the shaft. Okay. Now what happens? We have a shaft over here, and we have this particular plate system mounted on the shaft. So whenever we go through this, uh, whenever we go, the light passes through this. What will happen in this earlier case? The light were detected by the other uh, detectors. Okay, so feedback loop has been completed. So chances of errors wherever two bits change. So bit changing is not mentioned. Uh, Generally, what you can say, these are types of feedback devices used for uh, completing the loop of the system. That you must know. Okay. Electronic part is there, natural binary gray code. This is just for your information. Mm, Incremental encoder is there. Okay, we will see this in detail in next lecture. I think only 5 minutes are remaining, so if I started to explaining each of one of them, this will take some time. So what we will do, we will discuss these elements, feedback systems in next lecture. Okay, so I think we should stop here. If you have any question or anything you want to say, just send a message, or you can just unmute yourself and speak if you want to share something, any question or anything. Anyone? Notes. Okay, yes. Which meter is better for commercial use? What type of commercial use? Mayuresh? What is your commercial use? Okay, notes will be provided. Which motor is better for commercial use? Low duty uses. Low duty use. I'm not getting your question. You are asking about CNC machines. In CNC machine, for low duty usage, which motor is used? That is what you want to know. Or you are just asking general question in domestic commercial use. Okay, fine. Anyone else want to share something? Any questions? No. Okay. Okay, you want to see generally, general, which type of motor is better for commercial use, low duty uses generally. Okay, I will tell you. Okay. Anyone else? Any question relevant to this topic? No. Okay, so I think I should stop now. Next lecture is there. Just be prepared for that. Okay, fine. Bye.